guys, bring you another battle report. So this is the third and final warm-up game from the Friday before the Throne of Skulls. This is late going up. I've had a busy week since the tournament finished, so I'm a bit behind with my battle reports, but getting back onto doing this one now. So these are the spells I rolled up. I rolled the Fate of Buna, Doom Darkness, Crest of Lanith, and Soulblight. And my Metal Wizard rolled the Transmutation of Lead for the third game in a row. So this game was against my friend Ben, who has also come down for the tournament. Don't see each other often, so it's good to get a game in against Ben. And he was bringing his Wood Elves down for this event, so he's a bit of a disadvantage. Wood Elves, they're seen as a weaker army, and this is kind of a bad matchup for Wood Elves. Fast Warriors army is a terrible matchup. But nevertheless, we'd arranged a few weeks beforehand that we'd get a practice game in, so here we are. So the mission we rolled up for this one was Battle for the Pass, which is the deploying on the short table edge. So my deployment is this: I have 3 units of dogs, creating the vanguard there, the unit of 18 Nova Warriors with the level 1 Sorcerer, Demon Prince just behind, 2 Nova Gold Beasts in the middle of the board there, BSB on the other side, and just on the other side of that house there is my unit of 4 Skull Crushers. So basically the plan is really simple. I'm just going to rush forward. He can't really deal with all my high toughness and high armor with his shooting, so it's basically just close the gap as quick as possible. So to counter my deployment, from sort of left to right, he's got a unit of Glade Guard there at the back. He has an Eagle, 10 Dryads, a Noble riding a Great Eagle. In the back there, in his free wood, he has a big unit of Glade Guard with his BSB and his level 4 Wizard. Another unit of Glade Guard in the centre of the board there. In the top right corner, there's another unit of Glade Guard. And sorry for the blurry picture, this is the rest of the deployments. He's got another unit of 10 Dryads, another unit of Glade Guard, and another Great Eagle. So lots and lots of Glade Guard. And back here, deployment behind my lines, he deployed 2 units of Way Watchers. I think this was 2 units of 6. I think one had fallen off the table or something when I took this picture. It's not 6 and 5, it is 2 6s. So I'm in the order to go first, and after the Vanguard moves, it looks like this. The dogs are pushed right up in front of the Dryads, so they can't charge past and get to the Demon Prince. Demon Prince flies up as far as he can. Warriors of Chaos march up as fast as they can. So back here, I've turned around 1 Gold Beast to deal with the Way Watchers, put a bit of pressure on them so they can't just march up really close. And also to keep an eye on that forest that was in the back corner, because I have a sneaking suspicion that he's going to have the Moonstone. So I'm keeping one eye out on that forest so he can't just divert away from the Demon Prince. BSB pushes forward as well. And on this side, so you see the Skull Crushers have just gone full march right up just to those trees, so they have to contain terrain tests. And then again, after Vanguards, the units of Hounds have just pushed up to there, to block in the Dryads a little bit. So in my magic phase, nothing of note happens. I think either I just roll really low or he managed to dispel everything. Either way, I don't get any spells off. In his turn, so he flies up 1 Great Eagle in front of my Nova Warriors there at an obnoxious angle. The Noble on the Great Eagle flies up into the centre of the board there, so he's in no one's charge arc, but he's going to be putting some pressure on. Next turn, he's going to probably try and charge that Gold Beast in the rear, break it through combat res. It's a great plan. So over on this side, it looks like just a general reshuffling round. I think the Dryads might have just bumped back a little bit. Glade Guard just shuffled around a little bit. And over on the side, the Eagle drops in front of my Skull Crushers, so I have to charge past it. And it's going to hold and make me overrun into the edge of the table. Again, smart idea. Just delaying the Skull Crushers getting there. And it's just a shot of his table half. Again, just shuffling around. Dryads don't move anywhere. Unit of Glade Guard on the left there, just push up a little bit. His big unit stays in the woods at the back. So, not really moving anywhere just yet. And the Way Watchers back here, they've moved up to within killing blow distance. Now we had a bit of a question when this happened. Now the Gold Beast chariot can't be killing blowed because it's a chariot. But we weren't sure whether the killing blow still ignores armor saves, but just doesn't kill and blow it. I think in the end we may have just diced it off, and we played it that it didn't ignore armor saves. So if you know the answer to that, whether killing blow does ignore armor saves, even if it doesn't killing blow the thing it's hitting, that'd be great if you just put it in the comment box below to clear it up for future reference, because we didn't know at the time. So in the magic phase, he goes ahead and he gets Curse of Anra off on my Noga block, which was okay because it's not paramount that these guys need to move just yet. So I let it go because I dispel Flock of Doom, because he was trying to Flock of Doom the Demon Prince to get rid of his Charm Shield, and then he was going to try and hit me with the Amber Spear. So I dispelled Flock of Doom, I let Curse of Anra go, and then he failed to cast the boosted version of the Amber Spear onto the Demon Prince anyway, so I got kind of lucky there. In the shooting phase, he goes ahead and picks off that unit of dogs. Obviously, the Demon Prince doesn't care, and he goes ahead and kills that unit of dogs, and the dogs just next to him there are within range of the General and the BSB, so they hold. And we're shooting from Way Watchers, goes ahead and puts a wound on the Noble Gore Beast. So, Warriors turn 2, I go ahead and declare a charge into the first unit Way Watchers, they flee. I redirect into the second unit Way Watchers, they flee. So I have a failed charge and go to there. But they may not rally and they may run off the table, so I'm quite happy with that. The Skull Crushers go ahead and charge the Eagle. The Eagle holds. Just because of the trees, we couldn't place him into base to base, so we just left the Eagle where he was, and I'll overrun from there. The BSB goes ahead and declares a charge onto the Dryads and fails by an inch. Now, at this point, I'm kicking myself because I played this entire tournament with the Demonic Mount being movement 7, and it's actually movement 8. So a lot of the time it didn't make a big difference, but here he would have made the charge if I'd have played him being movement 8, not movement 7. So this is just down to me needing to read the the army book a little closer. And the rest of the moves kind of look like this. So again, you can see I've swung the other Noble Gore Beast in to keep an eye on that forest, because my Demon Prince is going to push right up down his throat now, and I don't want him to just be able to moonstone away behind my lines. I'm keeping that forest there under control. And this is what I'm talking about. So the Demon Prince has flown up right in front of him, easily within death sniping range of his characters now, and the dogs have just moved up to give him something to think about, something to shoot at other than the Demon Prince. Whoa, so this is a terrible blur picture, I apologise for that. So I managed to cast Soulblight on the Dryads here, just to deter him from charging my Noble Warriors. And then I managed to get the Caress of Lanif off onto his level 4, managed to kill her, which was amazing, and with the extra dice that I picked up, I managed to cast Doom and Darkness on this unit. So now, in my next turn, unless he dispels Doom and Darkness, I've got a great chance of just Terror charging them off the board, which would be fantastic if it happened. And predictably, in the combat over here, the Skull Crushers wipe out the Eagle and overrun. Stop at the board edge because of Dangerous Terrain, and I take 2 wounds from Dangerous Terrain. Superb. So this is Wood Elf turn 2. He goes ahead and he turns all the Glade Guard units around. So this is after the shooting phase. He kills the unit 5 dogs that were there, and he looks like he puts a single wound on the Demon Prince. But next turn, I'm going to be in combat, and I'm going to be, soul feeding that wound back. It's just not a problem at all. So in the combat here, he did in fact charge my Noble Gore Beast in the rear. I forgot to get a picture of the charge before it happened. So he did a wound, he has a charge, a rear, and a wound. I lose by 4, but the BSB was in range, and I pass, and then I also reform on a 4. So really luckily, rolling for my leadership test there. So now we're going to try and, slap this guy around. But he's got the 3-up ward against non-magical attacks, so he's not going down easy. Into Warriors Cast turn 3, so I go ahead and I get this ridiculously long charge into the Way Watchers. I think I needed a 10. The Gore Beast power stanced it and got it. So the Gore Beast should wipe out that unit of Way Watchers, and then I can just turn to face the other ones. So again the combat here, I don't know why I've got a picture of this. Yeah, I'm not sure why I've got this picture. It looks like the Dryads in the top corner there last turn charged my BSB. Maybe that's what I was trying to get a picture of. I'm not sure why I've retaken this shot. The Nugget Warriors go ahead and charge the Eagle now that he doesn't have Curse of Anra here on. He likes to hold because if he flees, he's going to go off the table anyway. But this is actually quite a good plan for him because if I fail my restrain test, I'm on leadership 8 with no reroll. I'm going to overrun forwards and then I'm going to get flank charged by Dryads. So this could go badly. So I'm just relying on a leadership 8 test at this point. And the Prince does go ahead and declare a charge onto his big unit of Glade Guard with the BSB in. It's leadership 6 with a reroll, blows it twice. And then he runs off the table and I was just millimeters out of my charge arc into the unit of Glade Guard. So I couldn't redirect and have to obviously try and complete the charge and fail charge to there. So without any magical support, with no magic whatsoever now, I'm just dominating the magic phase. So I go ahead and get Soul Blight, Doom and Darkness, and the Transmutation of Lead off on the Dryads. So they really don't stand a chance. And as you can see there in the top corner, it looks like my Skull Crushers swift reformed back through the woods, and I take another 2 wounds from dangerous terrain. But it had to be done. I need to close the gap. Predictably, in the combat phase here, I just smash through the Way Watchers and fail my restrain test and overrun off the table, which is disappointing. And of course, the Nugget Warriors kill the Eagle outright, so I don't even have to take a restrain test, and I just turn to face Dryads. In combat here, so with all the debuffs down, he doesn't do any damage to me, but I only do 1 wound to him, which is really disappointing. He's on leadership low, and he fails, but I can't run him down, which is disappointing. So complete fluffer from the BSB. So into Wood of turn 3, he goes ahead and takes this charge into the Nugget Warriors. He's going to make something happen. He's going to have to get quite lucky with his dice rolls. He gets his ward save because obviously I don't have magical attacks, but I think Dryads are flammable. And I've got the Banner of Flame, so he's going to be taking double wounds. The Way Watchers march to here. They're just getting away from that Nugget Gorebeast. And he moves everything around. The Dryads fail to rally. They flee again. The 3 units of Glade Guard here just turn to face the Doom Prince. They're going to pepper him with arrows. And they all just bounce off between him missing, between my toughness 5 and my 1-up armor save. He just can't put any wounds on. And he kind of just whiffs his shooting face. And of course down here I lose 2 Nugget Warriors and I completely wipe out the Dryads to a man, and that's the end of the game. Ben just called it at this point. There was no way he was going to win from here, unfortunately. Skull Crush was ready to charge his guys in the top corner. The BSB was going to charge his Dryad, push them off the table. And it was just a matter of clean up from here on out. So we just decided to call it here, and then the group of us that were gaming, we just went and grabbed a drink. It's been a long day. We've been gaming for about 7 hours at this point, so we just called it a game. So post game thoughts. It was great to go down on the Friday and get 3 good practice games in. Apart from maybe the first one against John. It was good practice. It was good to see the army list on the table. I'd only just recently changed the list before the tournament and played it once. Just switched around a couple of marks here and there. But I'm really pleased with the changes I've made. It's always nice to get games in against friends, especially friends that live far away and you don't see very often anymore. It was unfortunate that I couldn't get a game against one of my other buddies that came down, Rocky. If you remember if you go back to my number 1 battle report against Dark Elves, Rocky came down again for this one. Couldn't get a game in against him. But you never know, we might draw each other in the tournament. But that would be pretty awesome if we did. So yeah, it's always great to play against these guys I don't see very often anymore. Specific to this game, Warriors is just a really bad matchup for Wood Elves. Warriors has the high toughness and high armor save to withstand shooting attacks. And with the Demon Prince, the BSB, and Skull Crushers, you know, my arm is actually really, really quick. It's really, really quick, and it can close the gap and get into his face really quickly. And even with redirections, you know, like the Great Eagles and the Dryads, it just, you know, can smash through them really quickly, and it's just a bad matchup for Wood Elves. And unfortunately for Ben, he went on into the tournament and drew Warriors of Chaos 4 out of 5 games. Yeah, so it was a pretty bad weekend for Ben on that front. Um, but me personally, I'm looking for the tournament. Definitely after that first practice game just went horribly, horribly badly. Couldn't have wished for a worse first game. It's great to get in 2 other good games. One, you know, one challenging game against High Elves that I was anxious to play, and then, you know, one just good game against a good guy and against an army that I've never played before in the Wood Elves. So yeah, all in all, it's a good day and it's a great build up for the tournament. So that's the 3 warm up games, guys. I hope you enjoyed them, and the next report up will be game 1 from the tournament. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop comments in and like the video. It really does help. And follow me on Twitter. As normal, the Twitter handle will be in the description below. So if you use Twitter, you can follow me at System War Games. That would be awesome. Okay, cheers, guys. Stay tuned.